Wicked Witches. Just had one of my favourite ceremonies. It's been bloody amazing. And this whole Gemini energy, today has been such an amazing day. It's the brilliance of Gemini. This so it doesn't always end with a Gemini full moon, the year. We might sometimes have a Cancer full moon, but that's not going to be till January this year. And also we don't always have a Mercury retrograde in the run up to a Gemini full moon. And Gemini's ruled by Mercury, so it's all ideas, communication, and just this real energy. And so it's given us all this stuff to reflect on, because we did the Mercury retrograde, we've gone through so much crunch, and I really felt it all the way through Scorpio season as well. It's been this whole year has been a year of unprecedented astrology, that things that haven't happened for 350 years, 175 years. The moon that we've got tonight, the super moon that we've got tonight, Gemini moon, won't be this big again for another 45 years. It's all these huge events, astrological events have happened this year, and it's been reflected in what's been going on in the world. Huge things have been going on in the world and for people individually, and we're at this crunch moment with this Gemini full moon to just release it, and to release the energy, release the things that we don't need and don't want, to let go of, for us to be clear of it all, to be able to then start creating into the new year. And so the Capricorn dark moon is when we would make our mood boards, and I've got a mood board behind me that I made last Capricorn dark moon, and everything that's on there I did this year. I did it. That happened. I created it, I put it in front of me, and when I was doing yoga in the mornings I would see this mood board, and the images were there. And this year is very subtle energy. It was the year of purification, but it's the year of things like mood boards, subconscious. It was very much about the subconscious. So that was the way to work with the year. It's not a hard pelting year, it's a gentle year. It was the year of purification in the alchemical process. And now we're going into the 10 year next year. Lots of numerology people are saying it's a 1 year. Well, that means you're missing out on the turning your shit into gold year, and then the vibration year. So in the tradition I'm taught in, it goes 9, 10, 11, and then you start again at 1. And in terms of an alchemical process, you have your fire year in 8, you have your purification year in 9, which is this year, and then the goals happening in the alchemical process is 10, and then it's vibration, which is kind of like the Fool card, the beginning and end of the journey, where it vibrates into another reality, is 11, and then we start again at 1. So I don't know why they've shot themselves in the foot by suddenly making it a 1 again without enjoying those other 2 years. So next year's a 10 year where we're going to be turning our shit into gold. And so tonight and this Gemini moon is about us speaking out and clearing the energy, ready for creating with a Capricorn, what we want to create next year, mood boards, that kind of thing. My podcast tomorrow is one that it's quite very profound for me, and it was an exceptional one. This was an exceptional ceremony tonight as well. It feels kind of some really exceptional things happening, and it feels really good. This feels very a really positive flow for the new year, which has come out of the end of a really crunchy bunch of shit that just happened. I feel free. I feel like I've come out the end of whatever that process was, and the learning of it, and the medicine of it. And it's okay. And now I can see the things are starting to flow again, which is really nice. And I'm hoping that that's coming through for other people as well, because it was in the ceremony just now. A lot of crunch this year, and now we're ready to turn into gold. And next year's a real Leo kind of energy, where you have to be willing to be seen. This 10 energy is you are. What I see with Leos is if you try not to be seen as a Leo, you end up just taking up loads of space anyway, but just in a really negative energy way. And then people who are really positive Leo are just you know, it's like on a musical, you know, happily just being in the spotlight and just doing it. And it doesn't mean that they're being arrogant or a show off. It's just that they're being themselves wonderfully, and everyone's just like, oh, that's really easy to be around because they're just wonderfully being themselves. And that's the energy of next year. Just be you, just like, you know, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be big and bright and brash. It can be gentle and whatever it is, but to just really be that next year. And yeah, that so just came through with the ceremony today. And then got like this morning met with the school kids in the Chief Police government building that used to be the old school, and we met there and taught them all about democracy, and they came dressed in ancient Greek outfits, and they'd all been learning about what democracy is. And we're the youngest democracy in the world. We only became a democracy in 2008. We were a feudal system until 2008. We were the oldest feudal system in the world. We're the youngest democracy. And we were just talking to them about, like, it means that we can kind of create anything here. Like, I mean, within the limitations of what our limitations are, but we've got so much power here that in the UK you've got so much bureaucracy and stuff in the way. So that was really inspiring, having really interesting questions asked, and just, yeah, trying to encourage them to be inspired to be involved in politics and to be involved in the island. And we were talking about a young person's assembly, and them actually having a feeding into the government process, which would be amazing. And then came back here and had a lovely nap, and then had a really lovely time with Diz, my lovely husband, and we just had a really beautiful time together during the day. And then had some crunchy meetings that were going to be really difficult, and they went brilliantly and were full of inspiration and ideas, and met with compassion, and everything went well when I thought they was going to be a bit scary. And then did a lovely reading for someone, a tarot reading. I'm doing tarot readings by donation at the moment, so, and I can do them for you or as a gift. So if you want to get in touch about that, then message me. I can do them online or in person. And then went for a swim under the full moon in the and outside smells of chalk ices. It's so lovely and crisp out there. It smells of chalk ices, which is the smell of my nan, because she used to have a chest freezer, and we'd go down there to get the chalk ices, and it would have that smell. And I just felt like all the love's here. And we swam, me and two of my friends swam under the Gemini full moon in this crisp, brilliant, beautiful light. And it just feels like, oh God, something's lifted. And so I hope that's the same for you guys. Now I will do a reading for you. Just to show you, this is the Gemini card. It's the Lovers, and that's the alchemical wedding. And you have the inner child, and then you have your higher version of yourself, and it's the infinity symbol, but untwisted. So you've got your inner, your outer, makes the infinity symbol, but the outer world's infinite, the inner world's infinite. And that kink in the middle is your judgment, that twist. Something happened where you separated as a child, and you were like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm alone, or I'm wrong. Whatever it is, you twisted. And everything goes through that judgment for the rest of your life, which is okay. That's just normal, it's human. But that Fool, the journey of the Fool, is untwisting that. And that's when you're in the flow, and that's when you're feeling creative, and you're feeling in the moment, and you're not judging yourself, and your inner and outer are one. And that's such an amazing place to be. You only land there momentarily, like the Fool in the journey of the tarot. You get there and then you go off again, and that's the spiral, and that's us moving forward and progressing. So you don't like land at the land of enlightenment and stay there forever. You have moments of being there, and then you go off again on the journey. So that's Gemini, that's the lesson of Gemini. And then this card here is like Gemini and Sagittarius combined. So she's like kind of Kill Bill with a sword, just slashing through the bullshit. She's got the fiery energy of Sagittarius, and then the sword air energy of Gemini, and it's truth. And so it's about speaking your truth. It's about being clear, cutting through the bullshit, and just like get rid of what doesn't serve you. Tonight is the night to do that, and then make way for creating what you want to create in the Capricorn dark moon. And listen to my podcast tomorrow, The Church of Burn with Jonathan Harris, the Reverend Jonathan Harris, where he burns money. And the next dark moon ceremony, I'm inviting people to bring a note that you've spent time with, you've written the serial number down, and it's something that you just didn't spend. So it's not like a crazy amount of money, like a tenner, 20 quid, fiver, whatever's right for you. To spend time with it, observe it, write the serial number down, and then as an offering, we're going to burn it at the Capricorn dark moon, which is the next moon ceremony. So it's an invitation, and if you want to know why or understand more about that, or that interests you, listen to the podcast tomorrow, Nonsense in the Chaos, Jonathan Harris, the Church of Bern, because it really touched something in me, the thought of that. It really excited me, and when we talked about it and unpacked it, I was like, wow, that was one of the best conversations I've ever had. So it just feels like there's a lot of this feels amazingness happening today. Literally yesterday it was still crunchy, so something's shifted. So let's roll with that, shall we? So let's do a reading now for this moon. Yeah. Necessity, and this was the rune that keeps coming up because the 8th, which is Monday, Saturn squares with Aries, which is a bit of a crunch moment to do with burnout and taking on too much, especially in this. It's so easy to not slow down and to be like going to all the Christmas parties and birthday things and and trying to get everything done before the holidays. What this is asking us to do is only do what's necessary, only do what you really have to do, and don't do everything else. And just give yourself that permission, because something's going to crunch on the 8th. But it's this invitation to go in, to let ourselves stop and slow down. Physically, it's about the home and the homestead, and us, it's community. So summer solstice is a celebration of nature. It's nature at its fullest. Winter solstice is about community. So when I'm saying slow down, doesn't mean like don't do community stuff, but it's like make that a priority, but without overdoing it, without filling your whole calendar. Kind of like the necessity is like, what really needs to, I mean, like I need to make Christmas presents for my family, and so I need to have time to do that, which means I need to not be going out, and I need to prioritize that so that I've got presents to take home. It's that kind of thing. It's like, don't try and do everything. Start to slow down, do what's necessary, and just be at home, be in the homestead, be with family. Community is, so this is, the winter solstice is a celebration of community and us coming together and looking after each other. But yeah, not at the expense of burning yourself out. In your communication, as above, so below. This Gemini power, this energy, this super moon, we spell our world into being. Our spelling, our words are spells. Create will be created. So what are we spelling into being? So what are we saying we want to be and do in the next year? What are we creating? What came through for me is my intention and creation for next year is the mythos of gold. And what is that gold? It's the Leo energy. It's mining. It's digging into the earth, and I'm going to be building a house. So how to work with the earth and do that digging, but also this relationship to money and burning money. Yeah, what is gold? And it always interests me, or like surprises me, I suppose, when I set these intentions. The mythos of, I did the mythos of love a few years ago when I got married. Well, so not this year, last year. Got married, but then loads of other mad stuff to do with love happened that wasn't all the positive, and that was the same with the pilgrimage for peace. It really made me look at peace. How do you be at peace when like you want to kill someone? Or how do you be at peace when the world's doing this? Like how do you be at peace when you're injured and you're in pain and your back's gone? And like it doesn't do it all in a gentle way. So I'm just going to be interested in what the mythos of gold brings up. Let's be a bit careful with your intentions, but you know what? I like the ride. Sun, and this is in our passion and our drive, and all the cards I've been pulling recently doing readings for people, and this energy of the Leo energy next year is so fiery, so much fire. So there was loads of wands in the reading I did earlier, and 10 Leo energy, and then the sun being in our passion. So there is this real like be you. Rumi's poem, Rumi, God picked up the reed flute world and blew. Each note was a longing, a want, a pain. Remember the lips where the wind breath originated and be your note. Go up onto your roof in the city of the soul and sing your note. Sing loud. And that is literally what we're being asked to do next year, and we'll all sing so loud that in the 11 year where it's vibration and sound and music, we'll sing and vibrate into whatever the next reality is. So if we can all sing our note next year, then 11 will be the symphony of us all harmonising and then singing a new reality into being. So let's aim for that, shall we? And then abundance in the spiritual world. So that's kind of what I was just saying. Let's all sing our note. If we all do it together, we'll create this beautiful symphony. Such a lovely thing that would be. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. Debauch. So this is this crunch moment, the warning for the 8th. Where are we leaking? Where are we being, partying too much, drinking too much, saying yes to too many things, got too many meetings in the diary? Like, where are we, look at that. I mean, just look how drippy with energy it is. Where are we dripping our energy? So just rein that in, be aware, rein that in, because there's going to be a crunch moment on Monday with that. Oh, love. But then this is the Gemini energy. It's loving yourself, being kind and gentle to yourself. If you're that's got this Gemini vibe as well, like the Lover's card. It's 2 cups. If you're looking after yourself, you'll feel full, you'll feel loved. And that's what that's what we should be doing with ourselves right now, not just spilling everywhere, not giving it all away, but do it with love. Love for yourself, love for your twin, and give that twin the space that it needs to just chill. Oh, and this is the change. Something's happening. There's a shift. There's the infinity symbol, and it's the yin and yang and the twins and the snake swallowing its tail. Something's happening. There's a shift. There's a change happening. Be loving. Look after your twins, your inner and your outer, and that feels so. Mwah. So thank you. I hope you have a lovely night. Enjoy the brilliance of this beautiful Gemini full moon, and God, there's loads of stuff going on with it. It's 30 degrees T squared with the north and south nodes, so it's there, and then it's squared with the north and south nodes, which is to do with destiny, and the south is where you're coming from, what you're going to be giving up, which is Virgo, and the negatives of Virgo is perfectionism and trying to get it all right and trying to research everything and know everything so that you don't fuck up, like a real oh God, I need to understand it all. It's saying release that, and because of this super moon, it's literally a great big spotlight saying let that go, have ideas, be inspired, like do all of that. But the north node, the head of the dragon, the destiny, is saying just go with the flow, trust the process, be creative, just start creating and don't judge everything. And that's this twin, like untwist that twist and just go with the flow. So with that, happy full moon Gemini, and I shall see thee anon.